Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitcoin Tips. So today we're going to be talking about two of the best and highest paying cryptocurrency auto faucets that allow you to claim free Bitcoin and free cryptocurrency 24/7 whether you are on your computer or not. So the sites that we are looking at here today are about as close to passive income as you can get when it comes to cryptocurrency, which is why I think they are a great site to have in your bookmark list. So, before we dive into the video, I do always like to start off here on CoinMarketCap, just taking a quick look at what's going on in the markets as a point of reference if you happen to be watching this video in the future. So if you aren't interested in this portion, feel free to skip ahead 1 to 2 minutes and we'll be getting into the sites then. But I do recommend you watch this video through the entire way so that you don't miss out on any of the great tips and tricks. So, looking at the market cap here, we are still seeing a really good week in cryptocurrency. The total market cap is actually relatively flat today, only up about 0.05%, so pretty much nothing. But total market cap is $2.93 trillion, which is up quite a bit over the last few days. And scrolling down here, you can see that while the day chart and hour chart, aren't really all that interesting, the week chart actually shows really good gains for many of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Looking at Bitcoin, up over 11% back to the $93,000. I think it touched $94,000 sometime today. Ethereum up almost 13%, right around that $1,800 mark. XRP's up 6.2% to 220. So overall, we are starting to see the market come back a little bit, and I think this is 100% to be expected. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I'm very confident that there's going to be a bull run, whether it be in 2025 or early in 2026. I do believe we are going to see that happen, which that just means the more crypto you can claim from faucets like the ones we talk about today, the better it will be for you when that gets here. So let's dive into the sites. So the first site we're taking a look at here is autofaucet.org. Now, the link to this site as well as the second site, which is a sister site of this one, are both down in the description below, and I highly recommend that you sign up and check them out because they're completely free. There's no catch. You do have to do a little bit of setup and get things running, but it is fairly passive income, and when it comes down to it, the strategy that I'm going to talk about really only takes about 10 to 15 minutes per month to maintain, to continue earning cryptocurrency. Now, you may notice I haven't really been too specific in terms of the cryptocurrencies that you'll be earning, and I want to start there saying, let's take a look at the coins that they offer here on the site. So if I go into the cash out section here, you can see that there are tons of cryptocurrencies. I'm going to slowly scroll through, showing about 9 at a time, calling out some of the popular ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin. We have Ripple, Tron, some of the older coins like Dash and Redcoin. Of course, some of the meme coins, Shiba Inu, moving into Solana, Polygon, but as you can see, there are a ton of options here. Feel free to pause the video if you do see anything you want to look into a little bit more, but you are not just limited to Bitcoin, which is really nice, because while Bitcoin I think is definitely a good coin to have, I know it's not everybody's favorite coins. So they've even got some of these smaller ones in terms of some of the F1 teams, which is definitely cool to see. But how does this site work? Well, essentially what you're doing is you're going to complete different objectives, whether it be offer walls, surveys. As you saw under the earn here, they have offers, surveys, short links, mining, games, bonus mission, and faucets. And as you complete those, basically what you're doing here is building up these points for your token balance. And then when it comes time to get the faucet up and running here, you can see, well, this is the manual faucet here, but you can see that you can just start off by getting the select the one that's displayed the least amount of times. verification complete, and just like that, I was able to claim some of those points. So overall, very, very cool. Now, what do I recommend for the most passive way to go about this? Well, as you can see, there are a ton of different options, short links, missions, offer walls, and the one that I'm going to focus on here is Cheddar TV. Now, this is something that shows up in the offers section, and the reason that I like this one so much is because it is the most passive out there. Now, there's also Pixel Point TV. Now, I will say that Pixel Point TV does pay a little bit better, but you do have to kind of show that you are here on the site and click that you are still watching. So I don't know why that didn't pull it up here, but essentially what you do is you go onto these sites, you create an account over there, and then it's just like a YouTube-like site where you'll watch short videos. And when I say watch, you don't necessarily need to be sitting there watching them, and they're going to pay you in points. Then what you do is you just come onto the site. Usually, like I said, I would do this maybe once a month. Come onto the site, convert it over into these auto claim token balances here, and then just like that, you're able to start withdrawing using the faucets, things like that. So jumping over into okay, well, we already looked at the cash out here. I meant to click on the missions here. Missions are another great way to boost your earnings. As you can see, there are several different ones that you can earn from, and this is all just through using the regular site. So as you do surveys or complete short links or earn tokens, you're just going to get additional bonuses. So it really does help kind of add into the overall ecosystem of the coin. Now, I do want to take a second to talk about how it continues to be passive after you go through the token collection point here. As you can see, under Convert, they have auto claim and manual claim. Now, manual claim is pretty much just like you think it is. You come in here, I have 83,300 or 83,030. I select the currency that I want to get paid in and get that amount in Bitcoin, or again, whatever coin you're interested in. But where this site's really cool is the auto claim section, and this is where it gets its name, Auto Faucet. It will claim any of these coins or any mixture of these coins. You can claim more than one. And it will pay you directly to your balance here on the site, where you would then come on and withdraw whenever you'd like. So I'll just select Bitcoin for now, or you can have it go directly to your Faucet Pay for a smaller subset of coins. But I always liked the balance option. I didn't mind coming on here and withdrawing it, but the frequency is how often it's going to claim for you. So every 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. Of course, the more often it's claiming, the more points you're going to go through. And the reason you might want to use more points quicker is because you've built up such a big balance that having a claim every 2 minutes is going to just pay you more crypto, and you're not going to run out of points. So why would you wait 10 minutes? And subsequently here, the booster is basically just going to multiply whatever you're earning. So to make it real easy, if every 2 minutes, Bitcoin was, I earn 1 Bitcoin and it costs me 1 point. If I click this 10x multiplier, it's going to pay me 10 Bitcoin and it's going to use 10 points, but it's going to do that every 2 minutes. So it's nice that they do give you those options. Of course, you're not getting paid 1 whole Bitcoin, but as you can see here, I will be getting 10 Satoshis every 2 minutes, and it's going to cost me 940 autoclaim tokens. Now, Bitcoin's not always the best option. If we take a look at Dogecoin, you can see that it's only costing me 10 coins, and I'm getting 5,600 or 56,000 Dogecoin Satoshis. And at this point, if you're happy with that, all you have to do is go ahead and say start. And at this point, you are pretty much good to go. You can turn off your monitor, you can get up and leave, you can do whatever you want, as long as your computer, or for that matter, cell phone, tablet, any device that connects to the internet really, stays online and connected, you will be earning the cryptocurrencies that you chose. So it is really that simple. But now I just want to take a second to also mention that there are there is a second sister site here called AutoClaim. It works pretty much the exact same. I'm not going to waste your time diving into it. As you can see, it does have a smaller selection of coins, but it is also, you know, a very similar sister site to Faucet. Again, under here they have that auto claim and manual claim. You can see it's actually the old style if you remember what auto claim used to look like, but just like that, you know, you can get 1% bonus for getting credit to your account, and then 2% bonus for the 10 minutes here. Now, that's no longer mentioned on auto claim, so I don't know if they still give that out, but I do like to mention it here. So overall, the reason I wanted to mention this one is you also have the same ability to do, you know, the offer walls where there's lootably, which under here is going to be the, of course, I'm not level 10 here on this site, but lootably is going to be the same thing, Cheddar TV, and Hideout TV and all of that. So definitely really cool to have 2 of these sites up and running. And what's really nice about this is these sites are pretty much that. It's just a website. It's not mining. It's not doing anything with your actual computing power. So if you have an older dual core, quad core computer, an old laptop, or even an old cell phone or tablet, you could really set this up and get it going for a very cheap amount in terms of power and just let these run. I have a whole series here on the channel of other auto faucets. So if you are considering getting as many of these up and running as possible, I would definitely recommend checking those videos out. But again, the links to these 2 sites are down in the description below, which I highly recommend that you check out because, again, they're completely free. You just need an email and a password to get started earning this free cryptocurrency here in 2025. So with that being said, if you are still here watching this video, thank you so much for making it to the end. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to Bitcoin Tips. It really does help out the channel and allow us to provide these videos here for free on YouTube for you. And if you're looking to support the channel a little further, we do also have the super thanks and channel membership options down below, which of course any support in that area is greatly appreciated. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.